Hello, dear wonderful friends. It's going to be a short video today, but I just want to share something with you. Over 2 years of as a raw vegan, I want to share with you that there is only 3 reasons that I really feel like anyone should do this. It's not easy, and I really think that if you are considering being a raw vegan or you're trying to do this, please just listen to these 3 reasons and see if one of these apply to you. If they don't, maybe consider another lifestyle. I advocate for raw veganism, but only in these 3 situations. I think it's wonderful, but it's also difficult. It's also hard to fit into this life that we live in today, unless one of these 3 categories affects you. Okay, number 1 is disease. If you have a serious disease, a chronic condition, anything that you want to fix in your body, that is a wonderful reason to commit to the raw vegan lifestyle. It is very, very healing. I won't go into it right now, all the science behind it. You can Google that. But pretty much if you Google any health condition, you can find somebody that's cured it with fruits and vegetables. So that is number 1, if you have a disease. Number 2 is if you have a desire. If you have like a desire in your soul, if you have a longing, if something's like calling you to this, that is a good reason for you to do this. If you are doing it because you think it's the right thing to do, or someone else is doing it and you want their results, or you think it's going to impress someone else, that is the wrong reason to do this, because it will not sustain you through all the ups and downs and the learning curve and the fruit supply and the winters that's cold, all the things. We can't do this for anyone else. No one is going to give us a gold star if we've made it to a year or 5 years or 10 years as a raw vegan. No one really cares. And that is a very freeing thing. I know it sounds kind of harsh, but it is so freeing to know I have to do this because I really, really want to. And it doesn't matter what anyone else does. So that's number 2, a strong desire. And number 3 is it has to be doable for your lifestyle, for where you live, for the way that your life is constructed, for your resources and your time. And what I mean by doable, yes, everything is possible, pretty much, if you put a little work and lots of money into it and stuff like that. But is it doable for you, or does it cause you stress? Because I really believe that we can eat the perfect diet, right? But if we're stressed about it, if we're not enjoying it, if we're not grateful for it, your body is not going to use it in the same way as if it's effortless, enjoyable. Of course, it won't ever be effortless, because like microwavable dinners still require some effort to go out and buy it and push the buttons and all the things. But the raw vegan diet does take extra money, extra time, extra thought, extra planning, a lot of extra produce. So does it fit with your lifestyle, or is it a headache? Is it a hassle? Is it making you stressed? Then I would just lovingly say, why are you holding yourself to such a high standard if it's not bringing you joy? If it's bringing you stress, if you are agitated, or if you are feeling like you're missing out, maybe consider just sticking with cooked vegan for a while, or cooked dinners and raw breakfasts and lunches, or just take the pressure off of yourself to be perfect. That's the message I want to share with you right now. Right now, I'm visiting my family several states away. You might have seen I did over 1,000-mile road trip one way, and I'm about to drive back. It has not been easy because I am out of my element. I'm in someone else's home. I am in another town where I don't know the grocery stores. I have no idea what the restaurants are here. and I'm at the mercy of someone else's schedule. So it's not easy. It's been going okay. I wouldn't say I'm thriving in this situation, not like at home when you get to make your own choices and go to the store and things like that for yourself. But I just want us all to maybe, if you're feeling like you're white knuckling the raw food experience, relax, because your whole health isn't hinging on one meal or one day even. It's the majority of time. It's going to make the most difference, and consistency and enjoyment and joy and a stress-free as much as possible life. There will always be stress, but you don't want to always be stressing about food. So that's just what I wanted to share today. 3 reasons, and only 3 reasons that I can think of for really committing to this lifestyle is 1, because you want to cure a serious disease that you have. And number 2 is that you have a longing in your soul, like you know this is the direction that God is leading you to. And not anybody else's pressure or you trying to be somebody that you see on YouTube. And number 3 is that it's doable, not stressful. So I hope that that resonates with someone today. It has been a little bit white knuckling, staying 100% raw, doing this 75-day challenge and all the things. And I have to say, the other night we went out to Indian food, which I knew I was not prepared for. And I ended up having a few bites of dal. And honestly, I was surrounded by my family. I could either make a big deal about it, or I could be uncomfortable, or I could just relax. It's vegan. It was a culinary experience, and I was grateful. Yes, technically, I probably blew my 75 hard, like with 6 days to go. But I realized the stress and the tension we hold when we're trying to be perfect is not healthy. It's not healthy for women, especially. Men, they're more resilient in some ways. They can just power through and force themselves to do things. But women, we need to be gentle with ourselves. Our hormones and our cortisol and our nervous system, they're depending on us. They're depending on our minds to overrule and to rule them well. So please don't stress. You're doing good. You're doing a great job. It does not have to be perfect. So the most important thing is finding peace and enjoyment and serving others and not being so self-focused, and ultimately finding out what God's will is for you and living in that in freedom. So please let me know below in the comments if you are stressing out trying to stay raw, and I wonder why. Maybe it's just something to ask ourselves. Are we trying to fit in with this imaginary, really micro exclusive club of raw vegans, 100% raw vegan long term? But what if we don't have to do that? What if you can be your own person on your own path? Because we are all individuals, and nothing that one person does is going to be perfect for everyone else. Whether they live in the tropics, whether they're kid-free, whether they're single, whether they're rolling in the money, whether they have Asian markets down the street. None of that applies to me. So I'm going to do the best that I can to steward my body and my health well for the glory of God, so that I can be well pleasing to Him, but also as useful as possible. But I am not going to be a neurotic, stressed out, no fun to be around raw vegan. So if you are doing this super smooth and you've got this down, encourage me, okay? Because it's not always easy. But nothing is that's worth doing. So we're just going to do our best, but we're not going to stress. All right. Lord bless you all, and thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.